I'm a jewellery designer and maker based in Guildford, Surrey. I have my own studio based at home. I've got all the tools that I need, so pendant motors, polishers, all the hand tools that you need, so hammers, saws, etc. I set up really when I graduated professionally, so that was last year, June 2011. I graduated from UCA Farnham with a first class degree in jewellery and metalwork, and that year I was also pleased to get commended for the Craftsmanship and Design Awards at Goldsmiths, and I got commended for fashion production. I also was commended for Pewter Live in 2010. Since last June, really, I've been developing my collections, setting up my own website, getting the model shots, and generally doing everything you need to do to get visible online. I got into jewellery designing and making when I went to East Surrey College in Redhill. That was in 2004 and 5. From there, basically when you do a foundation, you get a good chance to experiment with photography, graphic design, printing, textiles, anything that you really want to choose. So it's a really good opportunity to work out really what sort of direction you want to do. So I really enjoyed that year, and I really wasn't expecting to go down the route that I have. Originally I was an artist, so I did painting, mainly because I was inspired by my mum. She's an illustrator and painter, so I thought I'd really kind of follow her route. But at East Surrey College I've discovered 3D design, and I really enjoyed it, which was quite a surprise because I was always quite nervous of learning about machinery and something completely new that I had no idea about. So I think it was quite exciting getting into something that was completely fresh and different. So having experimented with making jewellery during my art foundation year, I decided to do it at university. I enrolled at a university in London. I did 1 year BA and 1 year HND, and I just didn't really feel that I was learning those traditional skills that I wanted to learn. So there was lots. Basically, really, it was a design-based course, which is really good at teaching you to be free and open. But that's not really what I was after. I was after learning skills. So I made the difficult decision to leave that university, and I actually worked full-time for a couple of years or so. That was a really good chance to get some money behind me, save up for my tools and equipment, which I did during that time, and also start trying to get into doing some work experience. That wasn't particularly easy, I think, because I didn't have a degree behind me, or that I wasn't really in the industry yet. People weren't so sure if it was just a hobby to me or if it was a career, so quite often I actually got turned down for work experience. Basically, I decided, because I wasn't having luck with work experience, I decided actually to make the leap and go back to university, which was a difficult decision to make. And this time I went to Farnham University for the Creative Arts. When I started university, I was really lucky to meet Donna Collinson. She's also based in Guildford, which is fantastic. But we sort of met through strange circumstances. My boyfriend at the time, now my husband, was a guitar teacher, and one of his students' mums was really good friends with Donna and sort of passed my details through there. So Donna was really the first person who gave me a shot at work experience. So that was really nice of her to take me on, and she really got my faith back in jewellery. I found it quite difficult after I'd left university. Quite a lot of the doors were closed to the industry, and I found my particular route quite difficult to get into. But because it was such a passion, I didn't want to give up. So when I started university, I thought this time round I've got 2 years, because I went into the second year, I've got 2 years to really work hard and basically learn all the skills I want to, learn business skills. And the time I left university, I really wanted to leave knowing that I basically was ready to run a business, which was something that I wanted to aim for. So that's what I did. I pretty much did around, I think it's about 10 work placements during university. I worked with Liz Bone, Hannah Bedford, Beth Gill, Gilmore, obviously Donna for a full year, one Wednesday every week. I went to work for New Ashgate Gallery. I also went to Fire and Iron Gallery as well. So I tried to really get a broad range of work placements, just to really kind of get a good understanding of how you run a business, how you get into galleries, and really kind of work out what it's all about. I think that's really what's helped me get going, get my business going. So that's my route into jewellery really. I graduated in June 2011 with a first, and since then I've been developing my collections. I really started building on them while I was at university. I knew that I wanted to make contemporary silver jewellery, but also I wanted it to be wearable, functional as jewellery, and really I think at the end of the day I just made things that I like, and I guess I hope that other people would like too. I'm mainly inspired by pretty much anything that I see, so while some people are really inspired by set things, I find that I just let my mind drift away, and whatever happens to be around me can come into a design somehow. Mainly I would say that I get most of my inspiration while I'm out on a dog walk, as glamorous as it sounds, but it's the time really when my mind drifts away and there's no interruptions from phones, emails, texts, or just things that you end up doing when you're in your studio. I don't actually really have to think about a design, they just tend to come to mind if I see anything like a plant or a texture or anything. It starts to develop in my head an idea, a rough idea, which I then start to think about over the next few days, and then I go and try and make it at the bench and do it that way. I prefer to really be spontaneous with my work and get to the bench rather than sit in a sketchbook and really kind of work through it, because I find I lose my excitement for the piece. So that's my way of designing. I still recommend using a sketchbook, because sometimes you have these rough ideas and they might not work at this point in time, but later on I can go through a sketchbook and look back and find some old designs and tweak them a little bit, and they happen to work this time. Maybe my mind's in the right place to make them a successful design. Materials that I use are silver. I like working with silver and precious metals, just it's got a nice feel to it, and I really like to produce pieces that are sentimental and precious and will be passed down for generations to come. Jewellery is very personal, of course, and I want to make almost little bits of treasure that will be really loved by somebody and kept forever and worn. The plans for the rest of the year are to carry on growing my list of stockists. I'm going to be doing a few shows, so I've got Festival of Craft in Farnham Maltings in November. I've also got Desire, and that will be in Winchester, so that's quite a big show, so I'm pleased to be doing that one. It's my first time with that one too, so that'll be exciting.